Good morning and welcome to CODEROUGE 2021. On behalf of the CODEROUGE Planning Committee and the Women and Bleeding Disorders Committee of the Association of Hemophilia Directors of Canada, I want to welcome you all to this year's virtual CODEROUGE. I am particularly excited about this year's venue, which includes a wide variety of relevant topics in an original format, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as we did putting it together for you. This past year has been especially challenging for us all. I wish to acknowledge the tireless efforts of the Canadian Hemophilia Society, and more especially Chantal Raymond for her dedication and perseverance in making this year's event happen, and also for never losing sight of what matters the most, our common goal to improve the lives of women with inherited bleeding disorders. I would now like to introduce you to Wendy Quinn, President of the Canadian Hemophilia Society, to say a few introductory words.
Good morning, Canada. Bon matin. Thank you, Dr. WINIKOFF and Karen, for your words of welcome and introductions. I would like to start my welcome by acknowledging that I am first and foremost a woman. And as a woman, I am honored and privileged to welcome all the women who are joining us today for our third Canadian Conference on Bleeding Disorders in Women, CODEROUGE 2021. If there are any men joining us, I welcome you as well, and thank you for supporting women who bleed too much. On behalf of the Canadian Hemophilia Society Board of Directors, chapters, and members, I add to that honor by saying that this weekend we will be addressing one of the most important values of our newly created strategic plan of 2021, and that is that we are founded on the belief that the patient is an equal partner. CODEROUGE is about you, the patient, the caregiver of the patient, the family of the patient. This is your time to tell us what is happening in your world of bleeding disorders, and our time to listen and respond to the need. It is also a time to connect with our partners in the field, who define and shape what comprehensive care should look like, and answer the questions with the best evidence as a guide, in a forum of trust and openness. Our goal will be to create that forum for you, so you can learn from us, but more importantly, so we can learn from you. This event could not have been possible without the support and sponsorship of our pharmaceutical partners. Takeda, our presenting sponsor, CSL Behring, Novo Nordisk, and Bayer, our supporting sponsors. And now, I would like to introduce Takeda's General Manager, Mrs. RUTE Fernandes. She has a special message coming to you by way of a video. Please take a listen.
Hello, everyone. I'm RUTE Fernandes, General Manager of Takeda Canada, and I'm honored to be joining you this morning, though virtually, to open the 2021 CODEROUGE Conference. C'est un énorme plaisir d'être ici avec vous. Je m'appelle RUTE Fernandes et je suis General Manager à Takeda Canada. Je me réjouis d'ouvrir la conférence 2021 CODEROUGE. For those of you that I haven't yet had the pleasure of meeting, I've recently arrived in Canada after I began my current role as General Manager this past January. My Takeda colleagues have done a wonderful job in educating me about the incredible work of the Canadian Hemophilia Society and our collaborative efforts over the years. I can speak on behalf of us at Takeda, and when I say that we are proud to support this event with such an impressive agenda dedicated to bleeding disorders impacting women and girls. Hematology is an area where Takeda has a strong heritage. For more than 70 years, we have continued to innovate for patients and drive highly transformative and patient-centric advancements in hematology. We are proud to be continuing our long-standing relationship with the bleeding disorders community by offering proven factor-based treatments, as well as educational programs and resources for physicians, for patients, for families here in Canada and around the world. Takeda's vision for a bleeding-free world drives our passion for helping patients. The company is committed to building on the decades of experience with hematological diseases by investing in innovative new treatments, as well as advancing personalized and connected care for patients. And when I speak about advancing care for patients, it will be an oversight not to acknowledge the incredible work of the Canadian Hemophilia Society to organize this conference. From the esteemed list of international speakers that have been assembled and the informative breakout sessions to the organized debates and impressive list of educational materials and resources that have been made available, the next 2 days will have an incredible impact on women and girls that suffer from bleeding disorders. This annual conference is another example of your ongoing leadership in raising awareness about the need for proper diagnosis and care for women with bleeding disorders. And before I hand things to Canadian Hemophilia Society President Wendy QUINN, I just would like to share with you an insight that I gathered in my previous role as I led and had the rare diseases for Europe and Canada at Takeda. This role gave me the insight into the lengthy of struggle that many patients face in receiving a proper diagnosis. From the time that they wait to receive the diagnosis, there is frustration, there is fear, there is confusion, and even desperation. These are all common. And what I took from that experience and that I found so encouraging and motivated, and I continue to bring me forward here in Canada, was the knowledge that every step forward, though a small step, regardless of how modest it may seem, has an impact. It is a progress. As women with bleeding disorders continue to be underserved and undiagnosed, the need for initiatives like this couldn't be more evident. CODEROUGE is making an impact. It's a step forward. It's a progress. All of you are making a difference. Women and girls are benefiting from the discussions, presentations, and knowledge exchange in the coming days, and your collective efforts beyond this conference. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this important forum. I look forward to continue to build on the work that my colleagues have done in collaboration with you. Enjoy the conference, and I look forward to meet many of you, hopefully in person. Je vous remercie pour l'invitation et je me réjouis d'être ici aujourd'hui et de continuer notre rapport et de travailler ensemble. Merci beaucoup et je vous souhaite une très bonne conférence.
And for my last honor of the day, I would like to declare that CODEROUGE 2021 is officially open. Our first session will be moderated by Dr. Sarah Israels. And with that, I will hand the floor over to Dr. Israels.